Hello and welcome to my channel. My name is Sarah and today we are here with the channeled message from the Akashic Records to support business owners. So I'm going to go ahead, open up the Akashic Records and see what is available for you today. So as always with opening the Akashic Records, if you are watching this on YouTube, set an intention and this may support you in receiving wisdom that is specific for you and your business. I'm going to open up the Akashic Records now. Okay, so this specific message is for you in business if you are about to launch a new product, a new digital course, a new offer, whatever it is, this is for you if you are in a launch phase. So my eyes are going to go from open to close throughout the reading to be able to capture more wisdom, but then also share it with you. So let's go ahead and start. So right now, if you're on the phase where you are about to launch a particular product, we are going to do how you can have a very successful launch in that product right now. So first of all, you probably already know that you need to have a strong purpose and vision for everything that you are putting out in your business. This is a reminder of the value and importance of your why and of your vision and your mission behind that. Right now, especially in the online world, and especially if your product or service is more of like a product that you're launching in a personal brand, so maybe it is one-on-one coaching or an online course, if there's a lot of competition and it's not like a dropshipping product, for example, that is just kind of general, it's an actual product, you need to get so clear on your why and you need to communicate that with people. It is so vital for you right now to understand that people want to see your humanness and your is genuinity a word? People want to see that you're genuine. People want to see your authenticity. People want to see you stepping up and showing up and offering this product or service, not just because of the, immense value and transformation that it's going to provide, but they want to know your why behind it. So finding a creative way to display your reason why you're launching this is going to be really important. You're not just going to want to come out and be like, posting a carousel being like, this is why I'm launching this right now. You need to get more creative, get a little bit more into your zone of genius and understand, okay, how can you make a creative way? How can you storytell your why while marketing and promoting that product? This is something that you should do either before the launch or during the launch week to really help people feel the depth of your why. And let's do an example behind this. So let's just take, for example, my Akashic Records certification training. The why behind that, why I started teaching the Akashic Records, is because of how valuable the Akashic Records were for me and how they helped me essentially create a soul-based aligned life that allowed me to experience total soul-based freedom while aligning or sinking into God's will for my life. And so if I was to launch a new round of Akashic Records certification and I wanted to embed my why behind it, I might actually, post a reel going into how I felt, or like the moment that I decided to start to teach this, the moment that I was sitting on a beach in Hawaii, in Maui, and I felt the water running through my fingers as I was leaned into the ocean and I could see another island across from me, and I just had this moment of realization that I wouldn't be here without the Akashic Records, that I wouldn't get these opportunities for it to be Tuesday at 1 p.m. to just be on a Hawaiian island and be able to, take an Uber to the airport and go anywhere I wanted in the entire world in that exact moment because I had built such a strong relationship with the Akashic Records. That is supporting people and understanding, a bigger picture of it, but then also expanding into that, being like, starting to get into the, stories of what was really going on in my life when I first started tuning into the Akashic Records. When I first started tuning into the Akashic Records, I personally had just packed a carry-on suitcase and a backpack and left my family's house because they all got sick with COVID. I didn't want to get sick, and I thought the best thing was to leave. I was currently chronically ill, just at the starting phases of my business, had made much less than $1,000, didn't know what I was going to do if my family died, as I was dependent on them for shelter, food, etc. I was pretty young at the time, And then, that's when the Akashic Records came to me. So finding ways to develop your why into your content, usually through storytelling, is going to be a great way to start to invite people in, as well as find people who are at the same place that you were when you first needed whatever you're selling, So being able to embed your why into your launch strategy, genius right now. People want to feel you're human. People want to hear your stories. Don't shy away from personalized content right now. Literally, that is so key and so important if you want to have success in the business world, and especially if you're a soul-based entrepreneur. You have to show personality right now. You cannot just be putting out generative content. You need to put out personalized content. Okay, let's see what else we can do to support you with your perfect launch right now, your perfect launch strategy with the Akashic Records. So I'm seeing for every piece of educational or informative content, you also need to post something personal. This doesn't need to be, and this is where you might get a little thrown off, and this is definitely going more into business owners who aren't just entrepreneurs who are selling something on dropshipping. This is definitely more, soul-based entrepreneurs launching your offer. I need you to get very clear on what aspects of yourself do you want your audience to know. If you're a personal brand and you're teaching a course, for example, I'm currently in the process of teaching New Earth Academy. What do your audience needs to know about you that might help them want to be in your program because of who you are? What story can you tell as to something about you that is so enticing or embodying the reality that they want to receive. So for example, in New Earth Academy, I touch on things like grid work because I've traveled around the world for 5 years doing grid work and just came off a 1-year planetary alignment grid work tour. So I might create content around that grid work tour to promote the program, teaching people the things that I do or have done around the world. Maybe when I was at Bell Rock and I was clearing out patriarchal programs, or at Cathedral Rock clearing Eve's curse, for example. Those things are really funny to just drop for like a second. I was just like, wait, there's a lot of weight behind those stories that I just like, this is not the context of this YouTube video, but it's so funny to just drop in the middle of a video. So that's an example of how you can start to just share stories about your life or share stories about yourself to keep people in your world, but also paint a picture of who you are. Because right now, people aren't just going to be buying because of the results. People really want it to be because of who you are as well. This is also because if you are on a soul-based business, a spiritual business, right now the shifts are happening. There is a massive boom of different spiritual businesses on the rise right now. So yes, there's competition. And so for some people, for the first time, you are dealing with the reality that the industry is saturated and that you do have competition, and that competition is real, as much as most spiritual business owners want to say, no, like my soulmate aligned clients will find me. And it's like, yeah, they will, but like what strategies do you have to put in place for your soulmate clients to find you? Because competition does exist. Side note, we'll make another video about that, but we do talk about that in Spiritual Business Academy. So let's dive in and see if there's anything else that wants to come through for your perfect launch strategy from the Akashic Records. You need to give yourself at least 3 weeks. If you're launching a new online course, a certification program, a mentorship, give it 3 weeks. Have a whole 3 weeks. I want you to open a calendar. Whatever day you're deciding to launch, say you're launching, it's May 6th as I'm recording this. So for example, May 27th. If you're watching this video right now on May 6th, your launch date should be May 27th. Give yourself 3 weeks to launch your program. This means 3 weeks of strategic content. This means 3 weeks of consistent posting. So what this looks like in terms of content that the Akashic Records is channeling is 2 posts a day, 1 educational and informative, 1 personal. Every day, 3 weeks till your program. This isn't 3 weeks leading up to your launch. This is like launch and then have the program start 3 weeks from today. You could also do it 3 weeks before launch. Just up to you, depending on what it is. It might be that it's like an online course, and so it's just ready and there, and so it's just launching now. Give it 3 weeks to actually gain momentum, but 3 weeks is the amount of time that you actually need right now to gain momentum in any offer in a business. So let's see if there is anything else that wants to come through for your perfect launch strategy for a spiritual business. Doesn't have to be spiritual business, but it seems like that's what's going on right now. So the last thing that's coming through is don't forget the inner work. I saw a vision of somebody walking up a mountain. Do not forget about the importance of inner work when it comes to doing and launching your program or your product. You need to identify your belief systems. What do you need to believe in order to sell out, 10 spaces? Or if it's a mentorship and you have 3 spaces, what do you actually need to believe and what do you currently believe? Really evaluating the gap between what you currently believe, what you need to believe, and then collapsing time, doing the belief clearing work, doing the embodiment work, doing the breath work, doing the somatic work to be able to hold space to actually invite those clients in. Key, critical, the records are showing like it's 80% that. I'm seeing like do 2 hours of content, 4 hours of inner work type of thing in terms of quantity. And that could also be like 1 to 2. But that's just an example, or 30 to 1. 30 to 1, I don't know how to make it smaller than that. Okay, so this seems like this is the end of this channeled message, end of this recording. I hope that this was a very supportive channeled message for you to help you with your perfect launch strategy from the Akashic Records. If this was supportive for you and you're looking to if you're looking to work more with the Akashic Records for your soul-based business, I will include in the description box the links for how we can work together directly, whether it is a single session, a package of sessions, mentorship, or if you're looking to work with me in Spiritual Business Academy, which is my spiritual business program, supporting you and expanding and growing your soul-based business with a strong focus on sales, alchemy, brand frequency, and conscious content creation. So all these will be in the description box below. And I also have so many other resources for spiritual business owners, like the Soulmate Client Attraction Bundle, the Business Quantum Healing Bundle. All of these uses my skills and resources of quantum healing to help you align or attract more clients, and specifically clients that you are soul destined to work with. And I do have a couple of other business offers like your destined offer, working directly with the Akashic Records to be able to understand and identify what your destined offer is, the best strategy to use, how to create content for it, branding and pricing around that offer, as well as conscious content creation, where we work together with the Akashic Records to channel your content for you. So I'm super excited to be able to support you in growing and expanding your soul-based business and really leaving a mark on humanity. I'm sending you so much love. Make sure you are subscribed and you like this video. If you have any other video suggestions specifically for spiritual business or soul-based business or passion-based business, make sure to leave that in the comments below and I will try to meet everyone's requests. I'm sending you so much love and I can't wait to see you in the next video or in one of my offers.